fields that I take my dog
Bro,
down. That's
bro,
nice.
this tweet is
Starts at
blowing the
trains.
up.
Funnily enough, cows are normally out too, and they are so cute.
10 minutes to 16k likes. You know, chat. Yes, I'll sit on fire. You know, bro, listen it. Chat. Listen. I don't give a fuck, okay, about what Nick said, okay? I respect Tim's, it's not about anything that's like
your bundle from the store.
Whatever.
I can't find it.
Do they have contracts or something with COD and ask to vote whenever they want to? I think it's all about public perception.
Baby girl.
Okay, so let me explain it. It's all about public perception. Even though they have contracts, they can always void them, right? I'm sure maybe they have a clause to remove it or not, but sometimes not, right? Because they spend a lot of money on it. So my thought is that amicably, if they say, yo, remove it, and they were to not, it makes them look really bad, so they probably just will do it. That's pretty much how it goes, I think. I just do it. It's, I'm not informing drama, dude. It's just like, I just think it's funny. Like, because, okay. Let me say why I think this is funny. Okay, because this doesn't mean that he backs the tweet up, and I'm actually interested to see, how people try to spin this in a way that makes him look bad. I'm just interested in seeing. You want me? Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. This doesn't mean anything.
07, there goes my 71-month substreak.
Bro. No, it does not. That does not back it up whatsoever. This chat is unhinged. You guys are actually crazy inflamed blue-haired Twitter Andes. Like, this has nothing to do with the initial message or whatever. How does it not? This has to do with a bundle in the game being put.
I just checked and
they went to the studio.
Bundle disappeared from my inventory.
They went to the studio. They went to the studio together.
Clueless.
Yo, why can't I mute my alerts? It's just bugged. Let me explain it. They went to the studio together. They did the whole process together. As far as I know about the process, they did everything together from scratch as a collaboration, and then at the end, they removed his part of the bundle, and it leaves Tim on his own. And regardless of how he feels of the situation, if he doesn't want the bundle to be halved, and it's like now he's like on his own from 2, that's entirely up to him. That is entirely up to him. Yes, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Yes, it's not a bundle. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my bad. It's literally made as a. It's not a package. I get that. Okay. It still got entered as a package announcement. You ignore the fact that it was made as a duo. And it's a lot about duo. It's about duos. It's just about the fact that he doesn't want to be exposed as like the only guy from that. It's kind of lame. It's just, guys. Imagine Moxie got cancelled.
If you cared about free speech, you tweeted COD and asked them to remove your skin. Anything else is pure posturing. Stop fence sitting, lil bro, and put your money where your mouth is.
Bro, this doesn't realize that I don't have a skin. This guy's fucking dumb. This guy's actually fucking pregnant. Alright, let me look at the replies, see if I can watch them without getting banned. W friend. W. Interesting.
37 months away, welcome me to the jungle. Remove your skin or you're posturing, lol, literal more.
Trending.
No.
Chat, I want people to say about this. Look at quote retweets. Chat, how do you look at quote retweets? How do you look at quotes? Okay. Let's listen to this shit then. Hold on. Tim. For someone who used to be a social worker, I'm shocked that you can't look past your friendship and see just how problematic of a take it. And then Nick has on this. Leave the kids alone mindset when it's the right reasons, but Nick isn't. He didn't know that. Okay, so this guy didn't understand the tweet. Moving on. Being a good friend means calling out when your friend is wrong, or needs to educate themselves. Yeah, but this guy has no idea. You'll love it. Okay, This guy makes the assumption that they didn't talk off stream and whatever the fuck. This guy makes the assumption that he knows about this, the entirety of the friendship dynamic when this has nothing to do with the take and his decision about it or redoing a take. It has nothing to do with the take. Quite literally. Literally. Let's say somebody did something really bad. I don't know that. Exactly. So I don't make any assumptions. Wait, you're making assumptions and you're saying that I'm making assumptions. Nope. You're making assumptions about this. I'm not. I made absolutely no assumptions. Zero. You did. Okay, the tweet says, Nick has been my friend for years. We went in getting our COD operators together. It is wrong for me to have mine and him no longer have his. In support of my friend, we move TimTheTatMan bundle. Does it mean that... Why are you saying that this means that he supports the take? It doesn't. Activision blame boys stealing breasts. Okay. Be friend. An entire generation of content creators absolutely destroying their careers because no one wants to be accountable for the ignorance. Congrats, you're a bigot now. Okay. Got him, bro. I don't even know, bro. Bro. What happened? Am I farming?
Yesterday you almost throw Nick under the bus now after all the people with him retweeting FarmXQCL.
Wait, how did I throw Nick under the bus? I literally said I quite literally said that his take isn't fantastic, but on top of that, his choice of when to voice it was very, very short-sighted. It's very short-sighted. It's like the worst possible tweet to subtweet and put that message in. Quite literally. Very, very, very bad. It's not unlucky. It was chosen. It was just a bad way to do it. Because you can have a stance, in my opinion, about that and whatnot, right? And you can have your opinion. But to subtweet that under a post that has violence in it, right? Makes it look like you're supporting violence and you're okay with it happening. And you're justifying it. Not a good thing. Bad. Bad thing. That is a flat out... Oh, this chat is actually kind of brain dead. This chat is fucking brain dead. Still wish Tim would have the courage to call the whole situation for what it is. What if somebody doesn't agree with your take, though? Okay. Alright, listen. Alright. Here's why I don't agree with that. I only read the negative ones because the only one that we're worth addressing. Because I mean, I just think overall, a take you don't agree with it isn't the wrong take. I did not say that his take was good. I said, a take you don't agree with it doesn't mean by default that the take is wrong, is bad, because or it is the wrong one. This is stupid as well. This is dumb. That's dumb. Supporting your friend doesn't always mean like to go all in on absolute dumb shit. Because I don't think this is about the take itself. It's just not. Wait, what does Hassan say about this? Oh my god, bro! I've never seen that in my life. 330 minutes, brother. Hey, hold up. Everybody, back the fuck up. It's so bad they have in the comments here compared to Twitter and Twitch chat. At least it's polarizing, right? You know what I'm saying? All any tweets are now alt-right views. Original tweet. People are agreeing that have paid for Twitter Premium. This is Cosmo's version of aim for the bushes. Sorry, John Moss, but this is the hill. These people are figuring it out. Crazy people still fail to realize the next original tweet is dog whistling. How is that a hill to die on? Brother. Jesus. If you want to call out and make mistakes, especially ones, yeah, true. I've always said this. I've always agreed with this 100%. Making a tweet dying on a hill. I don't see dying. I don't see mistakes either. Florida water got something in it. I swear. Tim's always played it on streams. I'm surprised he has also misunderstood the situation entirely. I feel so bad. Clown world. How am I defending it? Bro. Okay, Chad, the only reason why I had my take, Chad, is that I'm layer 3, okay? So layer 1 is the guy that takes that throws the grenade. Boom, it pops off, okay? So this guy, bang, it pops in his face, right? So layer 2 is the guy behind him that gets the shrapnel. Yeah, right? I'm the guy at the way back, and I'm going like, look at that right there, dude. I'm all the way out, dude. I'm just looking, okay? How is that me defending it, dude? I'm looking. Am I not allowed to look? I'm looking. Bro, I'm looking. I just feel like I don't think Tim supports the take or anything around it. I think it's purely about their operators in the shop. I think it's about their involvement with the brand and the fact that they have the operator in the shop. And he feels like it's probably lame to have his dude still in when the video has both. It's like, now you feel like you're the half of somebody, and it feels like it feels like you're back. It feels like backstabby. It's actually a bit of things to think. It's not what he tells me to think. I let Hassan give me more tools to get better ideas. Sometimes I don't always agree. I don't agree that you should say all the words that Hassan thinks you should be able to say. I don't think you should make fun of somebody purely based on skin color. Hassan doesn't think the same. Therefore, we have different viewpoints. I still hold my ground on that. Dolly, the biggest loser of all this is the one be playing the game. I think the most viewers are definitely not inside the bundle. I saw this shit is actually retweeted. Bro, I don't know why. Okay, you see what? I'm gonna agree with that. I will agree with that. I agree that the nature of the tweet and the way it was put in was pretty stupid.
Big fan.
What the fuck? Yo! Okay. Guys, I can't do this one anymore. Guys, I get clapped everywhere, dude. This is so cooked. This shit's so fucked, man.
Felix,
bro.
Look at Tim and Nick. Grade A conservative starter packs, Friday night lights looking, peaked in high school football, Kona W's. How is this surprising to anyone? I wouldn't be surprised if they don't have thin blue line tattoos.
Huh? Listen, man, listen. The only thing I'm gonna tell you, dude, is that, dude, I'm ride or die. Deadass, okay? With my friends, okay? And
XQC let
if I'm half of something,
FIFA.
And somebody loses something, I think it's fine to want to lose yours for multiple reasons.
Following you since T-Mobile MVP, keep up the work.
I think that's like that's the take. It has nothing to do with the take at all. Zero. Guys, it's the action or removing your half of whatever the fuck is left, and I'm okay. I think that's fine. That's it. It has nothing to do with the take itself. Nothing to do with zero. I'm sorry, dude, that I forgot to agree with the fucking mainstream narrative that is the most popular one at every turn. I forgot to browse Twitter and say yes, everything I see on there, dude, so that you have the same one. Then fuck, what the fuck you want from me, dude? Like, what the fuck?
Yo.
Oh, what's up, man?
What's good?
Bro, I'm getting cooked.
Why are you getting cooked? What happened?
Bro, I'm getting cooked up, like... Bro.
Literally all this LGBT drama in schools can be solved by having
that
parents
Tim's tweet doesn't even back up Nick, and that it's fine to want your bundle to be out because his is out, but people don't agree and they're cooking me.
Why do you think it's fine for Tim to stand in solidarity with Nick?
Huh?
Why do you think it's fine to say it's okay to stand in solidarity with Nick?
Oh, because I don't think it's about the taken. That's why I thought.
I mean, it's gonna be perceived as that. That's like, no matter what happens, it will ultimately be perceived as that. Got 6,000 likes.
This is gay boomer music.
Because the situation itself is
How
like
many people are even
around at this point.
Hey, yo, what's up?
Like,
What's up?
What up, gang?
COD is doing pride
I
shit.
don't stand with the song. I do not stand with the song. I do not
Shit,
stand with the song.
basically like, oh, you're standing strong against like COD and Activision, which is objectively, just like every other corporation, bad. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, ultimately, this conversation started because either a, correct understanding or a misunderstanding of what Nick was
Get
saying,
this fucking
right?
snake out of here.
And then Nick's clarification did not feature like, oh, well, you guys are misunderstanding what I'm saying. I don't have any issues with like gay people, trans people whatsoever. And then Call of Duty took action, which was understandable. It's fucking Pride Month. I am a firm believer that if Nick said what he said on any other month of the fucking year and not like 6 months into Pride, 6 days into Pride Month, they probably wouldn't have even taken action. They wouldn't have given a shit.
My take was that it was not only the Pride Month, but I thought the main tweet having violence or whatever kind of makes it so he validates the violence, which I think is complete fucking dog shit. That's what I said.
Yeah. So, looking at a situation where like random fucking right-wing dickheads that have traveled over to like Glendale to beat the shit out of people who are protesting, who are there to support the school's decision to make, to recognize Pride Month, is insane. So looking at that situation and being like, no, actually the real problem is like, you're involving kids in this. That's not a good take. It's a bad take. So it comes across like Tim is defending that rather than just defending his friend, which he is defending that. I am a firm believer. I am a firm. I mean, I think so. Yeah. What does this mean? Like, it's not like I don't know why public figures like Tim, like myself, like Nick, like yourself, don't actually fucking take the time and consideration to like really clarify their positions. I know it comes across like PR or whatever, but ultimately at the end of the day, you're a brand and you're working with other brands. You know what I mean? So as a large content creator, we all have the responsibility to conduct ourselves a certain way, in my opinion. Not everyone agrees with me on this. But if you say it like this, if you just, drop a dime like this, of course people are going to see it as not just you defending your friend or anything, but you defending your friend because you agree with the interpretation, the broad interpretation, and how what Nick's statement was and how it was received. I mean, at the end of the day, if I think, for example, you were banned for something unjustifiably, I would come out and speak out against it. I have in the past when people, criticize you for shit that I think is uncalled for. But if I feel like you've done something that's wrong, objectively wrong, that I disagree with, I'll call you out. I think that's what friends are supposed to do.
Yeah, no, I always agree with that. I used to do it, yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So ultimately, this comes across like Tim is not disagreeing with like Nick's overall sentiment and instead defending him.
Oh, that's how it comes across. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I thought personally, whatever happens, if I had a friend and then his bundle half was taken out, it would feel weird that mine is like left in it. That was pretty much my take.
No, but no matter what happens, there are certain things that you wouldn't. Like, there are certain things you wouldn't defend. Now, this is not what Nick did, but if one of your friends, for example, said the F word, right? Like, and was like, I hate F words or whatever.
Whoa, yeah.
And then they banned him. I'm not saying this is what Nick did, but if one of your friends said that, you would not defend them. You would not in solidarity be like, yeah. You would not in solidarity be like, oh yeah, I think my skin should be taken or removed as well. You would actually probably do the exact opposite. You'd be like, hey, I love this guy, but I don't agree with what he said here, right?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Now, obviously, that's not what Nick did. And I don't think that that's what Nick did. I just want to clarify it like 8 fucking times so that all the dumb bitches don't like try to put words in my mouth. Okay? But the broad understanding of what Nick's statement was, considering how he said it and where he said it, was that, you know, he thought it was a bigger problem that children are learning about LGBT stuff in school than like parents getting their fucking ass beat by like random right-wing people. He might not have understood that that was the case at the time. He might not have understood like the actual context of the situation, but that's how it was received. So as a content creator, I think it's on him to clarify that sentiment.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah.
When he didn't do that, it comes across like he's doubling down, and then when Tim defends him, it comes across like Tim is doubling down on behalf of Nick. They will get a lot of support for the record. It doesn't even matter. Ultimately,
I think
that
the severity of what is said matters a crazy amount. Like you brought like saying like the I don't like, let's say, F word, then it's like really really bad, right? And depending on the severity of the take, then you'll like tailor around it, right? Right?
Yes, it certainly depends on the severity, but I'm not surprised even in the least bit that Call of Duty would take this would you know, absolutely move in the way that they did when one of their, you know, top content creators who has a skin with them comes across like they're saying that the real problem is that is not like the real problem is the school is actually recognizing Pride Month, June as Pride Month, and not like people protesting that. Even if there wasn't fights, which there were.
Oh yeah,
it's not it's ridiculous to be upset about that. I disagree with that vehemently. I think here's a big thing, and I think this is like something that a lot of people used to do online, like especially back in like the 2014, 2015 days, you know what I mean, like Gamergate era, is that a lot of people don't say what they actually mean. A lot of people like to hide behind generalities and, you know, vague sentiments instead of just like openly saying what they actually mean. The notion that
the dog whistle.
Yeah, and I don't even think like, you know, a dog whistle implies that there's like an ideological underpinning behind it. But in many instances, I think a lot of people online will say, oh, well, like, I'm just talking about saving the kids and that you're a groomer. And they don't actually define why they think that. Okay? And I get this all the time. People are fucking constantly calling me left and right a groomer because I am in support of, you know, in support of gay people, in support of queer people, and also certainly in support of there being like some level of LGBT acceptance in schools. I don't think this is grooming, because I don't believe that you can groom someone into being gay by, you know, showing them that gay people exist in society. I think you're just at that point, all you're doing is just showing them an objective truth. But people don't want to openly admit that that's how they feel, so instead they hide behind generalities. I don't think Nick has an issue with gay people, for the record. But I do think that he's been brainwashed by a metric ton of fucking right-wing media that has like terrified him and many other normal people, normies, into genuinely misbelieving that, like, you know, people are objectively, like trans people are objectively grooming people. And that, you know, kids are turning trans by seeing trans people in media or in schools and whatnot. And that is not the case. Not the truth. And a lot of people in your chat are saying they are, but that's not the case.
Yeah, no, for sure. I just, for me, it's always been about like, bro, I'm not in schools. Like, I don't go to school at these ages. I don't know how they translate that knowledge by navigating around the topic of like actual brute force fucking topic of sexuality, like actual sex acts or whatever. So I don't even know. But like, yesterday you made a good point that you believe that they still don't do that, which is fair enough.
No, they don't do that. This is like, this is all stuff that actual fucking experts that understand child development a lot better than we do they are the ones who come up with these educational materials, and it is their job to make sure that it's safe and responsible. And it's not new for conservative reactionaries to get out and be like, oh, I don't want my children learning this shit in school. They used to say this in the George W. Bush era about the theory of evolution. A lot of the Zoomers in your chat who think that this is like edgy and cool are too young to remember that time, but I'm old enough to remember that time. They used to literally picket and protest schools in an identical fashion because that was that was at that time the fashionable thing to get mad at. A lot of people just like react to whatever's in front of their fucking eyes. They don't really have like long held beliefs or things that they care about all too long, especially in the age of TikTok when, you know, attention is really difficult. It's a
yeah, true. I mean, my takes change literally in real time based on the information that I gather, which I think it's fine. I think it's a socially damaging process to learn on stream instead of waiting till I have all the knowledge and just go, hey guys, I'm the chosen one, I know everything. People usually argue the opposite against that. People say like, I don't think it's called whataboutism. It's like, I think overall, I think it's a healthy process to show development, whether that makes me look ignorant initially. And that's fine, fair enough. Do you agree with that or not?
I agree with that. Even though people will nefariously use that against you and say that, and will hold you to account on whatever your former take was. Because people, unfortunately, have no room for growth. Plenty of people on the left do this. Plenty of people on the right do this as well. I hate it. I think it's one of the most annoying things. That's why I routinely ban motherfuckers who will go, oh, backtrack, lol. It's not that I'm backtracking. I now have more information on the subject matter that I'm discussing and have changed my mind on it. I'm not a fucking idiot. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's what I like doing for sure. Yeah, it's why I get mad at a lot of people when they don't give me like at least the ignorant, because a lot of times I'm just ignorant and I don't think that's a problem. I don't think being ignorant is a problem as long as you're willing to learn and you're willing to and take new information. I try to do that as much as I can. But people don't give a fuck about that.
I think that's the right thing to do.
Yeah, people like to just cook. People cook. They cook me up.
Yeah, because everyone ultimately wants to feel loved and wants like admiration, affection from others, and you know, you have a way of quantifying that on social media through likes and retweets and whatnot. So people go for slam dunks as quickly as possible without actually trying to have a conversation and understand the other side's genuine perspective.
Yeah.
But ultimately, if we're going to go back to the main point of contention, I mean, yeah, you're right. There's nothing wrong with like getting new information and changing your mind. That's the expectation. That's what adults are supposed to do. And certainly, if we're talking about like educational materials in schools, I think Hutch had a really good take on this.
Hutch who?
Where Hutchinson.
Is that the guy that plays Chai? Is that the Hutch baseball guy?
No, he's a OG YouTuber. He's like he's a COD guy himself, like an old school COD guy. He basically said, where the fuck was it? It was pretty concise. I liked it a lot.
So what you're saying is that help the children or whatever is the vehicle for the dog shit then.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, but conservatives are very good at this. They do it all the fucking time. That's what they did with All Lives Matter. That's what they do by claiming that they're fucking pro-life.
It's like the Tate thing, right? Like, oh yeah, these girls are getting clapped. Yeah, but at the same time, dude, I'm making them rich, lol. So I'm here to make the girls rich, pog.
Yes, it's reframing. Yes, all of a sudden, something that is bad and negative optically looks positive. Even though the pro-life movement could not be further from being pro-life, they still claim that they're pro-life because it hides a hidden premise. The underlying premise being that like life begins at conception and these are not fetuses, but instead like full alive children inside of the stomach of a pregnant woman, inside of the stomach of a carrier. It's just optics, and conservatives are very good at it, and a lot of people are, you know, either willingly or unwillingly getting on board with that because they like it's a more defensible position.
Wait, say that one last time. What's a defensible position?
it's a significantly more defensible position when you consider it to be pro-life rather than we don't want women to have autonomy over their own bodies and we want to force people to carry pregnancies to term.
Oh no, I mean, that makes a lot of sense, yeah.
Same thing goes for Save the Children. If they were turning around, my dog's going crazy. If they were turning around and saying, oh, we think that children should not learn about the existence of gay people because we're afraid that they'll turn gay and that's a bad thing, a lot more people will be like, yeah, no, I don't agree with that. That's like a fucking stupid thing to say. Well, they will just claim that this is actually to somehow protect children. You know what I mean? And it's just propaganda. They're doing this in a deliberate attempt to propagandize their position.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is used a lot when people talk about freedom of speech. Like freedom of speech equals I'm gonna be hateful as fucking cut everybody.
Exactly. Here, Hutch said the protest was about a school district voting to recognize Pride Month, and part of their state mandated curriculum that educates kids on diversity, different types of families, contributions in history from LGBTQ leaders. What does leave the kids alone mean in this context? Which I think is a pretty good question. Like, and he follows and he says, okay, so Nick and his wife want to be the ones who talk to their kids about prominent LGBTQ leaders throughout history and the fact that not all families involve a mom and a dad. I struggle to see the harm of the state educating kids on these topics. Like, do you feel like there is some kind of harm being contributed if a school district is teaching about, like, I don't know, LGBTQ members throughout history, like historically relevant gay figures and trans figures, or that like some families have a mom and a dad, and some families have a mom and a mom, and some families have a dad and a dad? Is that actually a damaging thing to teach in schools to children?
No. I mean.
I love the amount of people saying yes.
I mean, who gives a fuck if somebody's one thing or another if they did something historical? Like, I don't give a fuck if they're black, white, gay, motherfucking Christian, Jewish. Like, I don't give a fuck. If something pops off, something pops off, you know?
Yes, but also on top of that, remember the other side of this, which is that there are certain kinds of families with two dads, certain kinds of families with two moms, and there's nothing wrong with that. That being a part of like a normal educational curriculum is perfectly valid and makes a lot of sense to me. The question I have for everybody who says like, oh, save the children from that is basically, why do you think that that is a bad thing? What are you saving the children from? Because,
okay, then definitely
okay, follow up always. What's up?
Yeah, I mean, even at a young age, you'll say like, guy kisses mommy. That's normal, right? When you're like, even super early, right? So as long as it's like, oh, guy kisses guy, also normal. That's pog, right? Like you said yesterday, as long as it's not like, oh, dude, fucking like that and that, then things get.
That's not age appropriate educational material, which is why people will often say that that is exactly what is being taught, but that is not. Like, in most instances, the only time when children are learning about that sort of stuff is if they're learning about that sort of stuff in a heterosexual setting as well. And what you're talking about is sex ed. If we're talking about sex and sex ed, then that is, of course, for older students, which I do think is healthy and good and normal to teach children about as well, as long as they are age appropriate.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah. I guess the question I have for people is why they think it's bad for children to learn about like a dad and a dad, a mom and a mom, or that trans and queer people exist in society. Do they think that like, you know, this will somehow turn their children trans? Do they think that they will turn trans or gay when they see that? Is that how they think this works? Because that's not how it works at all.
Yeah, no, I think I know, I agree with that. Yeah, I feel like sometimes it's like people say, dude, you're so scared of having an opinion. No, I'm scared of having a bad opinion because I didn't think or because I'm massively ignorant about something. I like to get at least a little bit of information to have a take, at least an entry level take, and then when I know more, I can have a better one. Otherwise, I mean, you're not helping anybody by having an early dog shit garbanzo take. Like, it's just, you're not doing anybody a service at that point. You're just being dumb.
I agree. So now that you understand that, do you get why people were upset, especially like gay people and shit, were upset about the way it came across? I keep saying the way it came across because like I'm not even trying to put words in Nick's mouth at all. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I get
like,
that.
I'm still perfectly open-minded, willing and able to say, hey, like, if Nick comes out with a statement saying, like, oh, I don't have an issue with any of this stuff whatsoever, which he did. He did say some things where he was like, oh, I don't care about this, like, gay stuff at all. It's whatever. It doesn't matter. And my tweet was misconstrued that, like, I don't have an issue with, like, children learning about, like, LGBT historical figures or whatever, and that June being Pride Month is not an issue. And if he had said that originally, I genuinely believe that Call of Duty would not have taken his skin away.
I mean, they took it away fast.
No, I know, but they probably made an assessment and thought it, you know, and understandably thought that it looked bad for them. Because remember, there's like gay and trans developers too. You know, maybe there's gay and trans people that play Call of Duty. They want to make it seem like they give a shit for 1 month and 1 month only.
Yep, I mean, that doesn't make sense, yeah.
Yeah. Ultimately, it's still, you know, a game where you're killing people, and it's not that great, and there's a lot of cheaters in it, and ironic that a lot of Call of Duty fans don't, that wasn't enough for them to stop fucking playing the game, but this is.
I mean, true, actually. What about the Bud Light Go Woke Go Broke? That shit's all over my Twitter feed every day.
Yeah.
What about that? What is that even about?
Bud Light. Oh, this is actually a really funny fucking story. There's some random trans content creator by the name of Dylan Mulvaney. She's like popping on TikTok, I guess. I had never heard of her. I didn't know anything about her. And Bud Light gave her a beer can with her face on it. Like literally one fucking 6-pack of beer with her face on it. And she did like a 60-second spot on her own Instagram. Okay? What? Not even a 6-pack. Sorry, one can. They got one can. So basically, conservatives saw this and fucking lost their shit over it because Matt Walsh and all these other like anti-trans propagandists said Bud Light is trying to like, you know, market to trans people, and that's really fucked up. How dare they do that? They're trying to make everybody trans. We don't want Bud Light to even market to trans people. Fuck you. We're gonna refuse to drink Bud Light. Then they started buying 30 racks of Bud Lights and started shooting at them. They said, you know, Bud Light are groomers and pedophiles because they had a single 60-second slot ran on a trans person's Instagram page. It was like a one-off advertisement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one was supposed to see it other than like Dylan Mulvaney's immediate audience. They publicized it, and everyone in America fucking found out about it due to their constant publicization of it. Okay? And then they were like, we're going to punish Bud Light for making, you know, trans beer now because they're groomer pedophiles. Because, once again, they constantly fucking say that any kind of acknowledgement of trans people existing or any kind of like, oh yeah, we don't have an issue with trans people, immediately in the minds of conservatives
is trying to make people trans,
you're a pedophile.
Like a virus.
Yeah, they keep saying you're a groomer, you're a pedophile, and also, you know, trans people are trying to trans your children. Like that's the claim. That's the most common claim that conservatives make, and a lot of people champion and also parrot. So it was literally for her birthday and for March Madness. And, you know, she jokingly in the ad literally said, I don't know shit about March Madness. And yet conservatives lost their fucking minds, made it seem like it was a national run campaign, made it seem like it was all over their face, all up in their face, nonstop, and that's the only thing that they were fucking advertising.
But is
when it
Bud
wasn't
Light
the case.
actually losing a lot from this or not?
Bud Light, from what I understand, due to market conditions, has lost revenue, but also this might have actually had an impact, like a noticeable impact in their branding. People are literally not only not buying Bud Light, but there have been instances where people are fucking fighting people that buy Bud Light in bars and shit.
What?
There have been documented instances of people getting into altercations and even fights or purchasing Bud Light in front of other people that get into fucking fights and shit.
Wait.
Ultimately, though, Anheuser-Busch is a monopoly. What's up?
Wait, I used to work there, right?
You used to work at Anheuser-Busch?
Yeah. AB InBev.
Yeah, well then you know that they're a fucking monopoly, and therefore, they are an unshakable force in the market overall. So a lot of these dumbass conservatives were like, oh, well, I'll drink fucking Modelo instead of Bud Light now, which is also, I think, owned by
it's all
AB
dog
InBev.
shit, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't like it either. It's just piss. Who gives a fuck? But you just drink it to get fucked up. It's like a cheap, it's a cheap drunk beer.
I think it's enough for me not to have the feeling I'm gonna puke from drinking alcohol, right? But it's like I don't like it, but I'll drink enough of it because I can't drink a lot of it because I don't feel like I'm gonna puke, which is good because it's not strong enough. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. So conservatives got one canned, and some of them fucking deliberately turned around and like made a big deal about it when it wasn't a big deal at all because they're fucking little babies.
So they snowball the dog shit into like almost like their own misinformation campaign, almost pretty much.
Yeah, but that kind of shit, especially when it's about like trans people, it pops off, it bangs, and a lot of people just want clout. Some people are also selling counter products. There was a guy who was selling literally anti-woke beer, you know what I mean, for like $24 for a 6-pack, like ridiculous prices.
Damn.
The Daily Wire is one of the worst offenders in this. It's a massive news network at this point. I'm sure you're familiar. It's like Ben Shapiro is a part of it, Matt Walsh is a part of it, Candace Owens is a part of it. They basically use any opportunity like this to go to factories and create their own dropship products.
Wait, what?
That is like anti-woke. So like, they did this with Dollar Shave Club, right? I think Dollar Shave Club was like, oh yeah, we don't care who uses our products. Like, we're fucking pro-gay, pro-LGBT. And then they basically went, or it was a Harry's, I don't remember. They basically went and made their own product that they sell to their own dumbass audience at a higher price, at a higher markup. Because they present it as it's anti-woke. So now there's also another financial component to this story, where they did it to Hershey's as well. I think when Hershey's came out with a statement about like acknowledging trans people, they turned around and said, "Oh, we have anti-woke Hershey's." Like it's a grift. They're trying to make money. They're trying to scam their own fucking gullible dumbass fan base into buying the exact same dog shit product that with an upmark. It's like a pink tax, but a stupid tax, really.
I mean, all that sounds really fucking stupid. If they got one canned, I mean, getting one canned is pretty bad, to be honest.
Yeah, but the point is they're doing it deliberately. Like, Matt Walsh is not just getting one can; he's deliberately creating a narrative, knowing full well that this will get him a lot of clout, and this will get him more eyeballs, and this will create a more hostile space for trans people in general. Because he's a bad guy, straight up.
Man,
the conservatives that watch him, those are the ones who are getting one can, because they think the situation is way more dire. The situation is awful. They're like fucking transing our children or some shit.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, getting one can is pretty embarrassing. I mean, I feel like sometimes that goes and like devalidates your own movement when you do dumb shit like that.
Yeah, if only. But I think vitriolic sentiment is, you know.
What is that vitriol? I've always
vitriol, like exaggerated being anti something in an exaggerated manner, like explosive.
Makes sense.
Like poisonous narratives.
You know what? I actually learned a lot today. Not today.
Alright, well, I'm
But that was
glad you
good.
did.
Alright, I'm gonna go and cancel my retweet. I'm canceling that. I'm canceling myself.
You don't have to cancel anybody. I'm just saying. Like, I just wish that, you know, I just wish that people were a little bit more open-minded and not see and didn't see things from like one side always, where they immediately are like, well, this is my favorite content creator and he's being wronged by Call of Duty and fuck Call of Duty, which fuck Call of Duty, by the way. I mean, they do suck.
I'm
there's plenty of things.
Yeah. Makes sense. I feel like sometimes there's a small amount of respect in dumb fuckery that I have, and it's bad because it's about a topic that's like that, right? But like back in my days, I remember like I worked so hard for a month being a guild in WoW, right? And me and my boy, we did some dumb shit, okay? And one day, like, he tried to kick. We were playing a dumb game, and he said like, whoever goes forward, we're gonna kick you out. On our first raid, and the guy advanced forward and he gets kicked out, right? And I was like, oh, I mean, if you guys are gonna kick him out, well, fuck you guys. And then I pulled the boss and I got kicked out too. And then they had to cancel the whole raid because we fucked everybody over, right? And there's just
Yeah, but the stakes are low there, you know.
Exactly. But it's just the nature of the behavior, like the absolute like, it's just dumb fuckery, you know. I don't know. But
yeah, no, but again, yeah, the stakes are very low there. It's a video game. You like fucked up and ruined someone's time and their day for like a little bit, for a brief moment, but that's recoverable. But ultimately, you know, when you're a public figure and making statements like that, there's a larger harm that happens. Because like, you know, Nick has trans and gay fans that maybe even misconstrued his statement if that's not what he meant. And they probably feel like, oh, what the fuck? This guy hates me. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like the reason why you don't say the R word any longer. It's a similar situation here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
No, I learned. Thanks for coming on then.
I heard it took you multiple times to defeat the first boss at Lies of Pi, and it took me only twice. So I'm just saying.
The first boss? Which one is that?
The big one, the fat one.
There was a police chase going on, and I'm trying to rush through it. I'm not gonna make any excuses, but I really wanted to go watch it. I'm trying to.
All right. Well, have a good one, dude.
You too, man. Take care, brother.
Bye.
Scheiß through. Alright, I'm done with this. Alright, Jesse, you there? Jesse, go to Discord, Brett.
What's up?
Sup, Brett?
What's up, Brett? What are you up to? Bro, that guy, I don't know who you were talking to. I'm not into any of this Twitch stuff. I don't know much about any of this. Dude, that guy just doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, he's one of those like
Who are you talking to, dude?
Bud Light drinking bitch ass.
I bet that motherfucker's drinking Bud Light. Stop talking to him, man.
I'm out. Yeah, I'm out. I don't know to Florida.
Watching a fucking Nickmercs highlight right now, by the way. Just give me a sec. Hell yeah.